Hello, and welcome to the short video where we show you what the teacher login looks like and describe all of the different elements for you in brief so you can have a quick acquainting with Learning Blade's teacher login. Let's take a live tour. Here I'm going to log in as a teacher using my login and password. And what I notice is there's similar tabs at the top. We have the dashboard, and that's where you start off every time you log in. You can look at the students individually. You can do a lot of things inside of the classes. And then our resources tab is where much of the STEM toolbox lives for Learning Blade, as well as other additional resources for the teacher. Let's just quickly look at the dashboard. As in the student video, the dashboard allows the teacher to look at their classes and see the progress of students on a particular mission. So I can see every student in my first period STEM class and how they're doing. As well, I could see the teams I've created for that class and how they're doing. Something that's interesting about the student view here is you can click on the student and you can get a scorecard. I think scorecards would be great for parent-teacher conferences. It shows you all the interesting things you're learning in class, as well as it's graded it for you. How nice. I'm now going to show you the Students tab up at the top. When you're logged in as a teacher on the Students tab, you can do a couple of things. One, you can enroll new students. So if you needed to, you could add a student to your class. Maybe he just entered late in the year, or his account wasn't working, you needed to create a new account. You could always just go to the student account. The other thing you could do is you can individually print reports on each student in your class. While this feature exists, I'm going to show you through the Classes tab that there's actually a faster way of getting reports on student progress. Under the Classes tab, what you have is you can create your new classes. This is where we started in our training series of videos, that it's really important for teachers to create classes, like I'll do now, my Period 2 class. You assign it to yourself. You can choose a subject if you'd like. But once you've done that, it's important to then generate that class code. That's a really critical step in Learning Blade to be able to get your students logged in. So now that I've generated my class code by clicking that button, it'll never change. I'd like to also show you in the classes view, there's all these tabs here. This is, I like to call it the brains of Learning Blade. But when you get in here and you click on the Assignments tab, this is where you can add assignments for your class. So you may choose to add an entire mission. So maybe in the first quarter of the year, you want every student to complete dolphin rescue. You would assign it to them and it would show up on the Student My Lessons tab. You don't have to assign an entire mission. You could choose to assign either careers or technologies in Learning Blade as you choose. For example, for Engineering Week, you might look at the different engineering careers in Learning Blade and want to assign a variety of engineering careers for students to look at. And this would show up on their My Lessons tab. The third circle at the top is where all of the standards in Learning Blade exist. It takes a second to load, but not too long. And here what you can do is you can search, you can click on the standards and you can see what the standard is for a review of that standard. You can click on the lesson title and you could preview the activities. That's where a teacher can launch and review the lesson. The other thing you do is keyword searches. So maybe you're looking for lessons on density. You could search it that way. Or maybe you're looking for lessons on how to solve a volume of a cylinder. Or Pythagorean theorem. You could even search by standard. 8.G.8 is Pythagorean's theorem, and so you could search that way. Once you find the lesson you'd like, you would click Assign and then Save, and you would save that to the student's account. The last tab is the Resources tab. On this tab is where, as we showed you earlier, much of the STEM toolbox lives in Learning Blade. So you can click on the different maker quests, design thinking exercises, mission challenges, paper crafts, as well as parent activities. But there is also, we have posters for teachers here. We have our mission outline diagrams, which I recommend everyone click this link and print that off. That is the overview of everything in Learning Blade, as well as a master's standards data sheet for the standards in your state. So you can choose any state and then it'll drop into the download arrow here. Arkansas, for example. And then you can download your state standards. That's a brief view of the different tabs and features inside of the teacher account in Learning Blade. If you need more help or would like more information, you could always email us, info@learningblade.com. We hope you enjoy using Learning Blade in your classroom. Thank you.